What is going on? It is July 24th, 2026. It is my 4-year anniversary of living here in Sarasota. Wanted to bring you guys a hit list. 5 things that we like and have been most surprised about living here in Sarasota. 2 things, one's a huge negative, one's, potentially negative depending on your viewpoint. And for any of you that are from Western New York or any of you that are parents that are thinking about a move here, you've got to stick around to the end of this video to hear 2 tidbits that you don't want to miss. So again, 4 years we've been here in Sarasota. We are loving it, and just kind of wanted to walk you down some of the things, like I said, that are most surprising and things that we like. The weather. Now, it is a hot one today. I'm here on the back patio of Fin and Tonic right on 41 in South Sarasota, a place you've got to check out. I thankfully have an umbrella out here because it is toasty. But with the weather down here, healthier lifestyle, active personally, community-wise, there is something going on outside here all the time. Whether like my daughter, my wife, they like playing tennis and they can do it all year long. My daughter right now is at sailing camp up on the Sarasota Bay. She does sailing all the time down here. Whether you're into paddle boarding, cycling, running, rowing, we've got an elite rowing facility up at UTC. The weather down here lets you be active, and with that we have become far healthier. I've lost 20 pounds since I moved here. I don't know what my wife has lost because I never look at the scale and I would never ask anyway, but I can tell you that her wedding band was getting too big, so I had to buy her a new one. So it's the weather. The weather is fantastic. Winters are perfect. Summers, it could be toasty, but you could be outside, you could be walking, you could be enjoying the fresh air and the sunshine all year long. Number 2, big surprise, diversity of people. My wife is originally from Thailand. We've met a ton of people from Thailand here, but you will meet people from everywhere down here, whether it's other parts of the country, other parts of the world. My wife and I laughed that the tennis court in Potter Park is like a UN meeting sometimes. There are people here. So because of that, you've got awesome viewpoints, variety of viewpoints, food options, the diversity of people here. And you've also got people, because they're moving from someplace else to here, they are looking to make connections. So it's not hard to make friends in Sarasota. A lot of people are moving here. Maybe they know one, maybe they know 2 people. Like ourselves, we knew 2 people, and our friendship group has expanded immensely, and we're so thrilled to have such a diverse group of people with a lot of viewpoints, people you could talk to about travel, give you tidbits of where you want to go, when you want to go, all that good stuff. Number 3 is new developments, whether it's like Fin and Tonic behind me, which is relatively new, but UTC, which continues to expand. You've got a new moat aquarium up there at UTC. You've got Sarasota Square Mall, which is just down the road from me, which was a dilapidated mall that's been bulldozed, and that's all getting rebuilt now into apartments and outdoor dining options. A big, I think, acre and a half parcel that's going to be used for events. There's going to be restaurant, shopping. I think there's a gym going in. That's being developed right now. But you find, unlike Western New York, where I'm from, where things don't really seem to change very much, down here, if something gets a little dilapidated, something gets a little bit run down, somebody's bringing capital in to bulldoze it and bring in something new. Some people lament, people lament the development taking place here. I think it's quite refreshing to see that we live in a place that people feel confident bringing their capital into to invest and grow their own business or their own entity. Number 4, I guess we're number 4 here. The sky down here. When I first moved here, I thought that the sky felt enormous, and I couldn't wrap my head around it until I went back to Rochester, New York, the first time after we were here. The trees down here are a lot shorter. The landscape is flat. Like, the biggest elevation you're going to find here is an overpass on 75. But because you've got a flat landscape and you've got short trees, the sky down here feels absolutely enormous. And with that, especially here on the West Coast, which I say is the best coast, the sunsets down here are absolutely breathtaking, especially after a storm's run through and you've got some clouds in the sky. The ability for the sun to bounce off the clouds, and not only is the sunset good looking at it, but looking back behind you when you've got those cloudy skies, it's absolutely fantastic. Last thing is new housing stock. One thing coming from Western New York, I've been selling real estate there since 2012, which seems crazy to think it's been that long. An old house up there is something built in the 1800s, early 1900s. An old house down here, for the most part, you do find some pockets of stuff built in the 50s and 60s. Some stuff a little bit earlier, but very rarely. Is most of your housing stock down here is like 1990s and newer. So anybody that's coming down and they're worried about, too much older housing stock to, kind of parse through as they're making a decision on a place to live, you will find an incredible amount of newer housing stock, at least in my eyes, coming from a place where there's a lot of old housing stock. Last thing that is a positive thing that we were surprised by is the proximity that Sarasota gives you to the rest of Florida. Tampa's an hour away. Orlando's 2 hours away. The East Coast is like 3 hours away. Even the Florida Keys, if you take all the way drive, it's 5-6 hours down there. But you are insanely centrally located here in the state of Florida to go and do day trips or to make a weekend out of something. We're leaving tomorrow. We're going up to Orlando, meeting my wife's cousins who are in. The son's playing a golf tournament at Trump National. 14 years old. Good job, bud. He's over there playing at a junior tournament. We're going to go catch up with them at Universal Studios and hang out for the weekend. Now, of course, it's not all sunshine and palm trees, right? There is some negatives. So what are the negatives? For some people, it's hot, right? And I'll admit, the first year I was down here, I don't think I wore a pair of long pants for like the first 12 months. I will say that after time, it does grow on you. Now it gets below 80 degrees and there's no humidity in the air, and I'm feeling it. And I am putting on sometimes a sweatshirt, even in the low 80s, which never thought that would happen coming from New York, where when it's 55 degrees out, the sun's even just parsing through, peeking through the clouds, you're out there in a t-shirt and shorts and you're thrilled with your flip-flops on. So it can get hot. Now, my thought of this, the trade-off of inclement weather. I'll take sweating and having to put on less clothes or put on a polo shirt because it's hot out, as opposed to bundling up and scraping ice off my driveway in my car to go do what I want to do and trucking through slush. So it depends on how you look at it, but yes, it can get hot. Now there's one negative that is pretty much 99.9% negative, and that is hurricanes. We've had actually 2 hurricanes come through since I lived here. The first one hit 9 weeks after we moved into our house. So unfortunately, I got to learn how my shutter system worked very early on into home ownership. Hurricanes they're literally a disaster, right? So hurricanes, they say it's a once in a 100-year storm. I'm hoping that's true because I'll be 142 for the next one, which at that point, if I am still here, I don't think I'll even care if whatever's going on outside takes place. So hurricanes, they are certainly not good. They're just awful all around. One little caveat to that, I will say, is because of the last hurricane, I got a call from my buddy in New York who told me, hey, I need you to check on my grandparents, who I ended up finding live 3 miles from me. So now I've got new friends out of the hurricane. He just turned 100, she just turned 92, and they are some of our favorite people to hang out with. So yes, hurricanes are bad. They're a disaster. They do devastation. They ruin people's lives. But at the same time, sometimes there's a little silver lining to it. So for those of you, like I promised, parents, this was huge for us. The year after we moved in, Florida passed a grant for private schools and homeschools. $8,000 a year. It's not driven by income. So whether you make $10,000 or you make $10 million, the state of Florida doesn't care. You go online, you fill out a form, and they will give you $8,000 per child per year to send them K through 12. Which is absolutely incredible, because coming from New York, I was paying high property taxes for schools I wasn't using, and I was paying tuition for private schools. So the $8,000 grant is a huge game changer for a lot of families. And my opinion is it's probably just because so many people are moving to Florida. The state of Florida said we could either build out the public school infrastructure to keep up, or we'll give people $8,000, let them send their child to a school of their choosing, and we're not building schools and taking all the time and the resources to then maintain all that for the future, in the off chance that families decided to leave Florida, which this family's not leaving, I can guarantee you that. The other thing, for those of you coming from Western New York, I promised you, like I said, there's a lot of diversity of people down here. You'll make friends, but I'll tell you, if you are in the mafia, and you know which mafia I'm talking about, the Bills Mafia is strong in Sarasota. If you want to make a friend, put something like this on, you're going to meet people from Buffalo and Rochester all day long. So I'll leave it off with this. Florida's by far the best place I've lived. You'd have to dynamite me out of Sarasota. We absolutely love it here. We're not looking forward to another hurricane. We don't anticipate one for another 98 years. It's been 2 years, right? So 100-year storm. And I would say this is the year, folks. Josh, you've got a wife, you've got a kid, you've got a brand new stadium. This is the year to bring a Super Bowl victory back home to the Bills. So go Bills, go Sarasota. If you guys have any questions about potentially moving here, you want to learn more about the area, do not hesitate to hit me up, let me know, and I'd be happy to help you out. Until the next time, folks, go Bills and be well.